Knoxville, Tennessee, as we close out the 2024 Syndicate Crown inside the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. It's been a fun day 3. Glad you're with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Adrian Conway. Bella Martin is down on the competition floor. Overall standings coming in. Top 3 women have all clinched. Danielle Brandon has all but clinched, and Haley Adams is very safe as well. Brooke Wells and Shelby Neal, they just need to avoid a disaster along with Paige Semenza. But Lexi Neely and Annika Greer still have a lot of work to do. And Erica Folo, we just saw disaster strike her as Chloe Govan-David, who came in just 20 points out, could be inside the top 11 right now.
Sean, there's a lot on the line. This final event is going to be fast. As we just saw 22 calories on the Echo Bike, 15 ring muscle ups, 70-foot dumbbell walking lunge with the dumbbells at their sides. They're 70 pounds.
Go rush steps to success here. We saw these come into play in the last heat.
Oh my goodness, did we ever. Push, don't send on the bike. You've got to have a very aggressive pace, but it can't cost you late. And then gorilla grip. Oh my goodness, these 70-pound behemoths in each hand for these women are causing all kinds of grief. They got to be mindful of their grip stamina as they finish.
Here are the 10 women who will be in this 4th and final heat. Again, all of these women more or less looking at a spot at the games right now. Annika Greer started the competition in an early heat. Here she is in the final heat and one event away from making it to the games for the first time in her career. For more on her, let's bring in Bella Martin.
Annika Greer climbing out of that 34th place position from day 1, now in 10th by 3 points. She is no stranger to being 1 position out of the games. She needed to beat Neely in the previous heat and Folo. That heat went disaster. All she needs to do is flawlessly execute this one, and she'll finally have done it, guys. She'll finally go to the games.
Paige Semenza, meanwhile, has been pretty consistent throughout this competition. Other than that 26th place finish, everything 9th or better.
Hey, and do I like that t-shirt to go with this mindset. Ride or die on the Echo Bike is what it's going to be for Paige. Now, keep in mind, the lunge played a huge aspect in the last heat that we just saw. 63% of the time there's any type of lunging present for Paige, she's got a top 10 finish.
Stand by.
Final heat is underway. Hustle Up is the official timekeeper of the CrossFit semifinals. Scan the QR code on the screen for a chance to win a CrossFit World Tour visiting CrossFit gyms around the globe. Terms and conditions apply. 22 calories on the Echo Bike needs to be dealt with first here before we get to the rings for the 15 muscle ups.
That's right, you can see it, these ladies all focused on that monitor. Tunnel vision taking place. Locked in on the pace that they set out with their team, with their coach, with their advisor, whomever it was that they practiced these workouts with and got advice with. They stick it to a pace so that they don't go too fast for blowing up on the rings or running into trouble on the dumbbells.
Paige Semenza on the left, relatively safe coming in. 8th place overall for Semenza with 350 points. Annika Greer on the right came in 10th place with 322 points, but as you heard Bella mention, because of what happened in the prior heat, her situation got much less precarious, but she still has to have a solid performance here to stay inside the top 11.
It's going to be Alexis Raptis on the rings first, really setting the tone with a fast bike.
Raptis, Haley Adams, and Tia Toomey now. Brooke Wells and Danielle Brandon getting started. Here comes Annika Greer onto the rings. And Lexi Neely has started her set, so all the women onto the 15 muscle ups here.
It hasn't really been common for us to see women go unbroken completely on the ring muscle up. We've seen a handful, or less than a handful, but it's more about when they break rather than if they do. So we're going to see some women come down. How can they manage the time that they take to break before they get back on those rings?
Annika Greer is going to take a break. If she finishes 9th or better in this event, she will clinch. Paige Semenza on the left. She's got to finish 18th or better, and shocking, Tia Toomey goes unbroken on the muscle up. She will be the first to the 70-pound dumbbells and that 72-foot walking lunge. And here comes Emma Lawson to join her along with Alexis Raptis.
Wow. Tia not even taking a real gather step between these lunges, almost just one step after another across the floor.
Final rep for Greer. Danielle Brandon, Haley Adams, and Shelby Neal are all done as well. The top time is Callista Lang, 3:16.81 seconds. Probably not for much longer as Tia Toomey's looking to earn her 5th win here at the semifinals.
Yeah, gorilla grip on Tia Claire Toomey, to say the least.
Tia Toomey, we'll see you in Texas as you go for number 7. 5 wins for Tia Toomey. Raptis is in, and Emma Watson is across. Here comes Danielle Brandon.
Emma did not stand up her last lunge all the way. She's going to have to go back for the next 12 feet.
Not terrible for her. She's already clinched. She's okay. Danielle Brandon coming in along with Haley Adams and Shelby Neal. Annika Greer is struggling. She's still okay here as Paige Semenza looking to lock up a trip to the game. Shelby Neal just finished up.
I didn't know she was going to have to go back the whole 12 feet, Sean. I thought she was taking a calculated rest there. Not the case.
Semenza's in. She needed an 18th or better to clinch, and it looks like she's going to get it. And Brooke Wells is across.
Now you see her chalking her hands and her thumbs. She's going to try to, looks like, maybe get a hook grip on these dumbbells.
Here comes Annika Greer. Remember, the good thing for her is the 2 women immediately behind her in the overall standings really struggled with this event, and now the same thing is happening to Greer.
As you can tell, it's not a lower body limitation for her. She lunges this weight like it's absolutely nothing. It is truly the grip stamina that is creating this obstacle for so many of the women.
Now, Paige Semenza is going to take 14th unofficially, so it looks like she clinches. Here comes Greer across the finish line. Greer gets 24th in the event. That's going to be good enough for 32 points. We got to check on the prior heats here. As Lexi Neely is going to take 25th. Folo's going to take 38th. Bafi Sagafi took 20th. So Sagafi is going to earn 43 points and pick up 11 on Greer. So this one's going to be close.
Oh my gosh, so close. Great finish there by Lydia Fish
is in.
Oh boy, Sean.
Sagafi, Gavin David, still very much alive. Annika Greer, still alive as well.
Well, they'd like to make it exciting, to say the least.
I know a lot of back-of-the-napkin math is being done on the sidelines here.
That was genuinely, I needed to actually know.
Hey man, this is a tough spot to be in here. Veteran athlete Fi Sagafi want nothing more than to punch an opportunity to get to Fort Worth, Texas for another appearance at the CrossFit Games. But right now it's just hurry up and wait and really speculate and wonder, be curious if you did enough to make it happen.
Well, Fi Sagafi was 32 points back of Annika Greer for 10th. Sagafi's going to pick up 11 points on Greer. So the question is now that final spot. 3 women for 2 spots here. Gavin David, Sagafi, and Greer. Paige Semenza needed an 18th place or better to clinch, and unofficially she takes 14th.
And we had quite the race. I mean, it was head-to-head coming out the gate. We knew what was on the line. Annika Greer had no problem with the ring muscle-ups, which we thoroughly anticipated. Each woman took their own rest periods, navigated these in a smooth way, but it was the grip stamina that really caused not just Annika Greer alone, but several women in this final a lot of devastating moments as we see her taking 1 dumbbell back at a time. Semenza paced it just right, had just enough reserve in her arms and in her hands to finish in a sure way and give herself the opportunity that she's looking for to go to Fort Worth.